Hey guys, Dr. Newell again. So we have answered question number 14, and I want to also remind you guys that remember, these questions are from our Form 3. That means this is above grade level. And though many of you wanted to try it, I want you to be mindful of this. Tomorrow, you will also have Form 1B. This was 3A. We're going to use the test form, a different test form tomorrow. But I don't know why I said B. Maybe that's what we'll use. I'm not sure. But at any rate, this is level 3, which is for students who are exceeding level. And most of you have done that with every exit ticket or quiz or piece of work that we have put out for this chapter. So that's why many of you wanted to try it, and that's fine. But we will have, a different leveled test tomorrow if this was too complicated. I think we tackled the little struggles that we had today. And we also are going over the two heavy hitters. I've already made your video for number 14. We are moving on to number 12. Shall we do it? Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to read the problem, and then I'm going to open up a notepad to write out my work. So I've already done this work. I came home, sat down, worked it out so I could make you guys a video and try to be quick doing the work. So you won't see me do a lot of the computation in this video. It's just showing you how to set it up, okay? So for number 12, it says, suppose 40 out of 90 people are bowlers, and 3 out of every 16 of the bowlers, let me see something here. 3 out of every 16 of the bowlers have their own bowling ball. At the same rates, in a group of 192 people, predict how many you would expect to have a bowling ball. So the first thing we need to think about is that we are talking about ratios. And I might just split this screen for a minute. Let me see if I can do that. I'm going to create my notepad. And then, whoa, wowzers. All right, how about I put this one on that side and I put this one, yikey, on this side. All right, and then let me bring back my problem so we can work on half the page. All right, so the first part that we need to know is we're dealing with ratios. So we have a 40 out of 90, and we also have a 3 out of 16. But we need 3 out of 16 bowlers who have their own bowling ball. We don't have a number of bowlers yet. That's what we're trying to find out. We have to make what we call a prediction, how many you would expect to have a bowling ball. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we have to do some estimating in here, okay? Because we have some decimals or fractions that we're working with. And when we're dealing with people, we do not write them as decimals or fractions for the most part, right? Like, I mean, sometimes we do. But in this case, we're going to round to a whole number, the nearest whole number, okay? So for the first part, it says 40 out of 90 people are bowlers, and 3 out of every 16 of the bowlers have their own bowling ball. We don't have a number for the original set of bowlers, but guess what? At the same rates, in a group of 192 people, so let's go ahead and find 40 90ths of 192 people. I'm going to tell you, you could simplify that ratio first and then do your multiplication. Remember, we learned how to do multiply and use cross products. We learned how to just simplify our fractions. You can do all of that. Or you can multiply 40 times 192 and divide it by 90. If you do that, you should get an answer that is somewhere around 85 point that maybe it's 33333. I think it's like 85 and a third or something like that. And so we're just going to round it to 85. Now, once I do that, I automatically have a number for my bowlers. Remember, we were using the 192 because this, if we had the same rates, we are trying to predict how many people, or if we had a group of 192 and we use the same rates that we had for this imaginary group, how many people could we expect to have a bowling ball? So we're going to say we've got 85 bowlers now, right? And so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find 3/16 of that number. So I've got 3/16 times 85. Remember, again, we can simplify however we can, or we can just multiply across. And if I were to do that, I would have 255 over 16, right? I don't know why I did that. Get rid of that. All right, I could have 255 over 16, and then I want to divide that. And when I do, I'm going to get like 15.9, blah, blah, blah. But again, we're talking about whole people out here in these streets. So let's go ahead and call that 16 people. How'd y'all like that? Now, here's the thing. Again, this is math using what we've learned, which is ratios and how to find the ratio of a number, and a little bit more that you may have already in your brains because you're so brilliant, or maybe something that you've seen in another place, or something that you could figure out. This is the strategy. These are the strategies I've used to solve problems 12 and 14. I made you a different video for 14, but like I said in that video, if you found a different way to show your thinking or to solve this problem, please share it with the rest of us. You guys are more than welcome to make your own videos, and we can post them and show each other how we're coming up with these thoughts. All right. I don't want to discourage that. I want you guys to do that because sometimes your peers learn better from you. This is the way I decided to work these problems today, depending on the math we've been learning. Okay, you catch me tomorrow, I might do it a whole nother way. This is how I'm doing it today, though. All right, so our answer is 16 people, and that is the answer that we got on our paper. So there you have it, kiddos. That is our work for today. We went over the rest of these problems in class. There were some that were these were the problematic ones, 12 and 14. Everything else was cool. Tomorrow's test, if you should choose to take this level 3 test, you will have questions that look exactly like this. So make sure you understand how we solved it today. All right, that's it. You guys have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow.